Test, test, test. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Ooh.
E.
Hello. All right.
Test, test, test. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Hi. There we go. That's beautiful.
How does that sound?
Perfect. Yeah, that's
Okay. I don't know why they're clapping. Why are you clapping, girl? Who are you clapping for?
Okay, you know what? I want to try something. Say King Ferdinand. I want the balloons to come up, and I'll try to figure it out in the editing.
Happy birthday to
No,
somebody.
I think it's when you said King Ferdinand or something about yourself. That's when it
Me?
came up. Yeah.
King Ferdinand, all one word. You're gonna release balloons for me? Not today.
I don't know. I'm determined to figure out where the balloons came.
It was pretty random.
It was
Celebration, candles, cupcake.
I don't
know.
No, I swear you said your name or something about you, and then I saw it come. I'm gonna have to. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I don't know.
Anywho,
But we are recording right now, as we usually do, pre-show behind the mic.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you right now, Becca, I'm in a headspace right now. So I'm just really happy to be here.
Okay,
you understand?
In the clouds is where King is at. All right. He's had a fun, interesting week that you guys are definitely going to need to tap into his content to see and view. So
yeah,
he's a little bit in the clouds from that.
A lot on my mind for sure. You see anything
Do I need to be
new?
closer?
Anything new? Anything new? Just like,
where did this come from?
Yeah.
I knew something was off. What?
In addition to, I know, I was so far ahead of myself when I first started all of this. I ordered aprons with my logo on it. I did, my microphone covers. So I'm going to bring these to Vid Summit, like when I'm talking, just to talk with people. And because I'm not playing any games anymore. Okay, this is for real. Like I'm in a place right now. Me and the universe, me and God, we have a relationship, and it is so beautiful. I have backed myself into a corner intentionally because I don't want to do anything else except for this.
Yeah. And so now you're gonna have to in a sense, but you love it. So like, is it really a have to? It's a want to. It's gonna happen.
It's a want to and a need to and a have to. Yes.
Well, you spilled the beans. We're gonna be at Vid Summit.
Yeah.
Next week, y'all. So the next episode. I guess the next week y'all see this one next Thursday, but the one prior, after that is going to be.
I need you to be either a little bit more this way.
All right, let's get closer.
Just a little bit more.
Bear with me, guys. Here we go. There we go. Is that
all right,
better?
You see how close?
No, yeah, that's much better. Okay, yeah.
Wait, hold on. Let me relax. Yeah, because like yes, it's just good because if you wanted to edit or zoom into,
that's a lot easier.
You have a lot more space to work with. Yeah,
for sure.
I'm a producer and a host of a show called Talking Just to Talk with King Ferdinand. So
yeah. Check him out. He's gonna have lots of stuff from Vid Summit, as will I, and we're gonna go there and meet new people and learn, and we're gonna make this a thing. Yeah. I mean, full time, in it to win it.
Next week is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. You know what I'm thinking? So I do really love my day job, and there's lots of goals and careers to that. Like I can move up and do a lot of things. So I'm thinking this will be like an extra side hustle. Like
I'm sure it will.
Like,
bring
you know
some
what I mean? Like I'm not,
yeah.
I want to say it probably will still be full time in a sense, but like I'm still going to try and juggle both.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but it's going to work. I love both of them.
Yeah. I mean, you've always wanted to do this. And so you have all kinds of opportunities just showing itself to you right now.
Yeah.
So it's really cool.
But they feed off each other. So that's why I want to keep both of them in there.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Both of them can be kind of backups. If one thing goes south or the other or whatever. I don't know. Who knows?
Or maybe, maybe you just want to focus on because like the thing is you work like Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, typically, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you get to a point where you're able to travel and move around and do content creation, editing, whatever it is that you're doing on the side that becomes your full-time focus.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we'll see. It's exciting to have all these opportunities. I cannot wait.
Yes.
So, do you want to get into the best of both worlds?
Yes. Yeah. So let me tee it up. So the best of both worlds. We like to play this game in the beginning, the warm up, and it's two different scenarios. And sometimes they could be opposites or just two different options. And I throw them out and I can select the one that I favor the most and explain why. That's the whole purpose of it.
All right.
So last time I think we did like sunrise, sunset, or maybe that was during your 13 questions. Sunrise, sunset.
Yeah, I don't remember.
So for today, I have two of them.
Okay.
So breakfast or dinner? What's your favorite?
Dinner.
Best of both worlds.
It's good steak.
A good steak. You grill?
I mean, I don't have a grill. I'm in an apartment, but yeah, I mean, I'll throw on a steak on the skillet and cook it up real good.
Okay.
I want to get one of those mini, like, kind of grill things, like the flat grills. Apparently, you can get small ones. My dad has a big one, and I absolutely love it. It's amazing. So I would say I would go for dinner because you're making me choose. So
yeah, you pick one or the other.
I would technically do breakfast for dinner, but
I would too. Yeah. And that's where I was gonna go because like I would pick breakfast all day long because it's comforting for some reason when I cook breakfast or when I have breakfast, whenever that is. Sometimes it's like at breakfast time or it's even like in the evening time for dinner. And it's something about the smell of eggs cooking, bacon, orange juice being poured into a glass, coffee. It's very comforting to me.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. That's hard to pick because I'm a foodie, but you made me choose, so I said dinner.
Yeah. All right, you go.
Oh my God, I'm
best
still
of both
thinking.
Worlds.
Okay. Let's see.
I got another one if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
So intimate settings, one-on-one or crowd. So think about like music festivals, concerts versus intimate settings. So I pulled it out of your head. So.
This really depends on a mood, but I would say most of the time I'm going for an intimate setting. That's really a tough one, but I'm gonna settle on that. Yeah, no, because it really just depends. I'm literally the best of both worlds in that scenario. It just depends. But I used to go to concert festivals all the time, and then I get to a groove where I want to go more than I don't want to go. So like in the wintertime, catch me in intimate setting. But I guess most of the time it's an intimate setting. So yeah, we'll go that.
I think I thrive in both environments. That's definitely the case for me. But the intimate conversations where I'm able to literally talk just to talk with people and not have an agenda, right? Because when you're in a crowd and you have all these different people around, you have cameras and you have to be on. I go back to my experience in the professional world, and you always have to be on when you're on stage and speaking in front of a group of people, so in fact, I blend in very well when I have to be in those environments. Okay. But I really much prefer to be in like that intimate one-on-one environment.
Okay, that one kind of surprised me. I wasn't sure which way you would go.
A lot of people, they get surprised when
that Leo in you could easily be the other one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, I got a question. You can still provide yours, but I want to see if you have the best advice that you would give a brand new podcaster, content creator that's starting, and I'm talking about from ground zero, not even one episode, the idea.
Just the idea. Okay, yeah. Well, I would say don't let fear drive anything. Just go with your instincts, start writing things out, start storytelling. If you're not a writer, maybe talk it out, record it on your notes. Just get something out there and kind of see your ideas and just go for it. And don't let the fear of judgment, don't let the fear of, oh, I don't have this or that. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Don't let any of that fade you. Just go with it and start somewhere, even if it's just storytelling. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you want to speak to some people that might be thinking about this, right?
Yes, absolutely. Just know y'all can do it. I mean, I went to school for this, but I really learned by watching TikTokers and listening to podcasters.
Really?
Yes. And not watching Hollywood.
No. But like, I mean, I paid a lot of attention to like public speakers and people of a lot of influence and just the way their way with words. That's the stuff that I would pay attention to.
Even in my professional setting. Yeah. When I watch people come in and speak, and even the CEOs or anything like that, any kind of presenters. Yeah. Yeah. And watch them fumble and see like, hey, it's actually okay to not have it all together. And then watch how they gradually do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So let's make that a part of the show. So at the beginning, I think the best of both worlds and the best example that you can share or advice that you can share to somebody based off the things that you've learned. Like we could start it off like that. I like how
that could be a
this
segment
feels.
for sure. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
love that. Okay, cool. All right. So I did have a question for you.
Yeah.
Rainy day or sunny day?
Oh, I sound like Becca because like I love both actually. But okay, I will pick one. But like a rainy day, I'll say rainy day. And that's weird for me to say because like usually I love being in the sun. I love to play tennis outdoors and all of that fun stuff, you know, pool season and everything. But the rainy days, sometimes it forces you to just sit down somewhere. And lately I'm just in that headspace where I don't want to be moving around too much unless I'm moving with purpose.
Right.
So a rainy day with a good movie. Speaking of which, I watched the A Quiet Place Day 1.
Is it good?
It is. I love stuff like that.
Okay, I'll have to check that one out.
A good movie, a bag of popcorn, a snack, and a rainy day with the windows open so I can see the rain. And it floods around here. So the streets will be, it gets crazy around here. So
yeah, I'm actually I'm sometimes in the middle of that one too, but I've been like really wanting a rainy day lately.
Yeah.
It's been
rare.
really hot and like we're coming in August, so we're not having as much like we do in the spring and in the winter time. So I'm like, oh, I'm ready for that like nice rain. It kind of like I feel like everything slows down in this area mostly on a rainy day. It just feels slow. I don't feel forced to go outside. I like to like get a nice book, and that's when I start to write a little bit more. I like to have the door open and watch it rain.
Yeah.
Like I go to sleep to rain sounds, so I'm probably more on the rainy side. I don't like to drive in the rain. That's where it's
absolutely
at. Like
not.
no. I mean, even a little bit of rain, no, but really no, not at all, to be honest, because it's so scary out here with the weather. But
that was a good one.
One more for me. For you, I have one.
You have one more. Go ahead.
So it kind of ties in with the last one. So would you go a movie or a book?
A movie.
A movie.
A movie. I want to see what's going on. I enjoy reading books, and in fact, this year I started to build the habits of literally sitting down and focusing on a book a month, and I skipped this month. So
that's a good goal. Book a month.
One book a month.
Okay, I really like that because
one book.
I see these people are like, oh, I read 100 books, and then that time I'm like, oh my god, I can listen to books, but sitting down and reading, but like I'm actually can hit that goal. I'm actually on that. Yeah,
you can.
I actually used to be more on that movie side, but lately my attention span isn't there. I guess I'm just all over the place with ideas right now. So book is where I'm.
Okay.
I've been more settled into a book.
Set a goal for one book a month. And if you have you read something recently? Are you reading something right now?
Both, yeah.
Okay, how big is the book? Is it a healthy, hearty book?
I guess
is it Harry Potter?
No, it's nothing in comparison to Harry Potter.
Okay,
no. I couldn't tell you how many chapters it is. And of course, it depends on how many like words are on one page.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, these are I can't do thick books like that. No, that would take me an eternity.
That's all I was just gonna say. Like, don't set yourself up for failure. I'm intentional about the book that I would choose. And I would look at it, or flip through it, you know, and I'm okay. I definitely can do this, and I would hit it first.
I like books that are like tangible information, but are still good, fun reads.
Yeah.
So the last one I read was The Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
That is a good one. I've heard. I haven't read it.
No, you can borrow it if you want. It's a quick read. It's really good. Yeah.
Okay.
It's entertaining.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. The one that I kind of always have ongoing is The Art of Public Speaking by Dale Carnegie.
I've heard of that one. I also want to try that one.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
That's a heavy, hard read. And it's not because it's like difficult to read, but because it's more of like a reference. Like think about it as like a dictionary or an encyclopedia of public speaking.
Yeah. Okay.
So you go back and you refer back, okay, how to enunciate better, how to add inflection when you're doing public speaking.
Okay. Yeah. That's one that you kind of go back and you write notes with it.
Correct. Yeah.
Vice versa. Okay. Yeah. I have a few like that too. Yeah. Perfect. Okay.
That was some good ones. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready to get into today's topic?
I am. Let's switch the frame.
Guess what?
What?
I'm BestofBecca.
You are.
Yeah. So that's what you're listening to.
Oh, yes, you are.
Hey, yo, you're listening to Best of Becca.
Yes.
And this is my co-host, King Ferdinand.
You still stumbled over my name.
King Ferdinand.
King Ferdinand. I'm kidding. No, I added the name King. No, don't restart. Don't. No, I love this rawness. So it's time for me to introduce myself,
okay,
right?
Yeah.
I am King Ferdinand, all one word. On social media, it's KingFerdinand.tj2t. I'm the host of a show called Talking Just to Talk with King Ferdinand. Take a look at all of this. It's branding, it's marketing. I'm the only person running around town with a leather crown on his head, right?
Yes, regularly.
I ran around at the TikTok shop, make Tastemakers event, and then the Party Fest event yesterday, and people were like, oh my God, I love this crown so much. And I'm like, you're never going to forget who I am.
No, see, I need a trademark for Bitsummit. Like, I'm sad I don't have anything right now, so I'm trying to figure something out. Oh wait, I do actually have something I'm going to do. Never mind.
Yeah,
but stay tuned for that.
Yeah, do something. If it's do something.
No,
whatever.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay,
but yeah.
I'm excited about that because I love branding and marketing. That's something I'm really passionate about.
And we're all about like using our resources we already have. So I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we talked about you and where you find you and who I am. And so just a little reminder for everybody, and if you're new here, this is a show where I help you guys navigate through some difficult topics that you might be going through in your life. So today we are talking about juggling judgment.
Judgment Day.
Yeah. And this is really about like, feeling like other people.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt, but you know when the judge has the little gavel? I actually have one of those.
Oh, son of a
God damn it. I should have brought it over here. Order in the court.
That's exactly it. It's like, this is all about juggling I can't even say it. Juggling the judgment from other people, yourselves, and even you yourself juggling judgment for others. Wow, that is such a tongue twister.
It is. And I love those. Peter Piper picked the pickle peppers. Where's the pickle peppers that Peter Piper picked? You remember that one?
Yeah, the fact that you did that like that, like just
oh, there's a longer version. Peter Piper picked the peck of pickle peppers. I peck a pickle peppers that Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked the peck of pickle peppers, then where's the pickle peppers that Peter Piper picked? I did that, didn't I?
Yeah, you just did that. I can't even say juggling judgment without being slow.
I don't know how I did that all the way through. I'm tired now.
That was impressive.
I need a piece of chicken. I need protein. All right, I'm sorry to derail the conversation.
We're ADHD today.
Yes, we are.
So judgment. How have you managed judgment from other people? I mean, okay, we've been open about this. We're gay. So that's like an automatic judgment a lot of the times, and also just doing what we do here, we easily can be judged.
Okay.
People can call it feedback, but sometimes it's judgment.
Yeah.
On how you do things, and just being us.
Yeah.
I mean,
just for being you, right? You want me to start, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So juggling judgment. Here's the thing. We're getting real with BestofBecca.
Oh, real. Yeah.
Let's talk about race, sexuality. I'm a Black gay man. Okay. And I can't say that I'm so young anymore because I'm 39. I'm fully open about my age, but a lot of people might say,
right? That's the judgment, right? Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly right. So just all of those things coming up, I just remembered always feeling like I had a target on my head and always feeling judged for the color of my skin and for being gay and being different from most people. And especially going through the corporate world and being different from the people that you sat at the table with, right? And even in the gay community, just being different from the people you hang around, their belief system, just all of those different things. So how do you juggle that? I mean, I've had to have a suit of armor on at all times, but deep inside, there's a heart that beats in every single human being. So we could pretend like it doesn't affect us all day long, but in reality, those words of judgment, they echo in the minds of every single person that is hearing it. They might not do anything or react in the moment, So that's why I'm very careful with my words.
Yeah, and you know that saying, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me? That's such a lie.
It is.
It is I don't know, I almost rather you throw a stick at me some days, to be honest.
Yeah. So how do I juggle that? I mean, I always take a self-inventory and I remind myself of what the truth is. So, if I feel inferior or if I feel discounted or discredited in any way for whatever reason, color of skin, gay, not a college graduate, college dropout, let's be dramatic and say that, just going down that inventory list and saying, okay, did anyone actually say those words to me, or am I doing that to myself?
That's it right there too. Yeah. So for managing the judgment, a lot of it is like, don't let it define you.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned that a lot. Like, okay, fine. Maybe they do think that I'm a dropout, but whether they said it or not, maybe they implied it. But you know what? Who cares? I'm successful in my own manner. Don't let it define, oh, I'm a dropout.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't the path that was for me, and I found another way. Like,
yes,
I learned you learn differently.
Yeah.
I who's always to say you won't go back to school in a different way. Hello.
Hello, it's me.
That should just be part of our theme at this point.
I have a phone call coming in, and I don't know where you are.
Hello.
Oh. DJ DDB trying to call in and play some music.
You'd be like, all right. We should just called her and had her be an interview. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. She definitely can relate to this for sure. Okay. But I didn't tee her up. So
we'll have her.
Sorry for the interruption.
Intermission.
Yes, let's continue.
So don't let any kind of judgment really define you. Whether it's true or not, whatever you want to believe, just don't let it be you. Like, okay, I'm a college dropout. You don't know that. You could always go back later.
Yeah.
You could always do something else. Why is that a definition just because it happened? And you know what I mean? Really, maybe just took a pause. I don't know. I just don't like things to be set in stone. We're still living day by day. You never know.
Yeah. I like that. I like that approach. And that's the approach I take every day I wake up. I'm always thinking about, what can I do today to contribute to a better tomorrow for myself?
Yeah, and it's like, they're all just labels. I hate labels. I despise them.
Me too.
That puts people in a box.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the judgment comes. Actually, this topic was inspired by Leo Skepi, and he did one about judgment. And he had a really good metaphor for saying it's like judgment's a lot like the dark. Like, you're scared of the dark, but you don't even know what's in it. But then once you realize and navigate through the dark, it's like there's nothing to be afraid of. So judgment in his eyes is like there's really nothing to be afraid of. Like, especially if people aren't speaking it to you.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to keep bringing this up, but race, I don't really like to dig too deep into it.
That's a good one.
But really think about that. The judgment that happens just because of the color of someone's skin. I could never process that. But the thing is, you can't point to one individual for being judgmental about that, right? It's a group. It was a group. It was a community of people of all walks of life that agreed upon that, label to judge people based off of that.
Yeah.
And so it's like the society that agreed upon that. And we're further along and beyond that point. Maybe not 100%.
Yeah, we're still dabbling in it, navigating it. And there's certain things you can and can't do and say. You got to be mindful. And there's a lot to it, and yeah, you can easily judge. I mean, even in the white person standpoint too, it's like you get judged on the way you might say things or feel things or want to say or talk about. And it's even hard to even talk about on air because it's like at any moment I feel like I could get judged for these kind of comments. Any kind of comment, really. But especially race. It's like, ooh, be careful because you are privileged and you don't have this and you don't have that and those kind of things. So definitely race is a big one. That's a big judgment.
It is a big one. And
all
cultural
areas.
differences in
Cultural
general too,
differences,
you know,
yes.
because yes, race is one, but I'm thinking on a global standpoint, like the religious differences and cultural
Mhm.
differences that happen.
Oh,
And
yeah.
because you've been divorced, I can't associate with you, right?
Yep.
You're over there, I'm over
Or
here.
you're married now, or
Right.
Yep, that
You
too.
had a child before getting married. That judgment
yes.
happens
You
in
lived
so
with
many
somebody
things.
before you had a ring on your finger, and you made tattoos,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was a big one for me because I grew up in a family where tattoos were like they were looked down upon. Like the rule was you can't have a tattoo till you're out of the house. But then the rule changed when I got out of the house that you can't have it till you graduate college because they were helping support the college. And it was and then I got tattoos while I was in college, and it was like, oh, like I had to hide this, and my mom was all about it. Sorry, Dad, because he's listening now. Which also shout out to my dad as they've been listening to us in
That is so
they've
cool.
been listening to us in the operational room
What?
in the hospital. Yeah, so shout out. Sorry for the tattoos, Dad, but shout out for listening to us.
Awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And you saw that my mom, she watches the
Yeah, I
content.
love that our parents are supporting us. Like it's beautiful.
Mhm.
But yeah, the tattoos is a big judgment, and people still judge like, okay, should you have them to be professional, like to be able to go into the workplace? That was a lot of my parents' reasoning for it. It wasn't necessarily, oh, they're trashy or blah, blah, blah.
Right.
I mean, a little bit. They had a little bit of that judgment because my dad was like, okay, if you were in the military, then like, yeah, you can have the tattoo. But a lot of it, their reasoning for us, me and my siblings, was because they weren't sure we would be able to get like the jobs that we really deserved.
Understood.
Because of that. So
Yeah.
you won't see my tattoos that I have. Because that still is a fear for mine, is like the job that I want. They look at it and they're like, oh no, actually the building I work at right now, they used to, up until like 2 years ago, had a rule that you couldn't have visible tattoos. Like they were very dated.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A lot of companies they have already changed that policy, and I'm happy to see that, but I also understand why the policy was in
Right.
place. I get that, and I also understand why your parents were trying to set you up for success.
Yeah, so sometimes judgments aren't necessarily like, oh, like this is definition. There is like actual reason for judging and having those kind of discernments rather. So I mean, not all judgment is bad. I mean, we're human. We're all going to be judgy. Like it's in our human nature. Like it's natural. Like I'm not gonna lie, I judged someone in my mind the other day for their weight. And it's not that I'm against weight. It was just like I've never seen someone this big before. And like I'm just,
how big?
like my 600-pound life big.
Okay.
And I've never seen anybody in person like that. And I was like, whoa, like in my brain. And then I had to catch myself like, Becca, like, one, you don't know this person's story. Two, just be grateful for where you're at. And I had to catch myself. And that's actually why it inspired this topic as well. Because I was like, whoa, you are judging right now.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and again, I'm not against anybody's weight. I'm a big supporter. I totally get it. But I had to catch myself because it's natural, it's human to judge.
It is.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, I can say that I have been judgmental, and sometimes even till this day, but I always remind myself of this one truth, that we are all one human race. And I think a lot of people forget that we all came from the same place. So judging me for being gay or other or whatever it is that you're not about is only judging yourself. You're looking at yourself in a mirror.
Oh yeah.
And judging yourself by judging me.
And even me looking at that lady like that, I had to catch myself, Becca, why were you like why? Like just like what? Like, oh, you have a little bit of an ego you need to work through. That's something that I had to talk to myself about, like, for sure.
Okay.
And like and also give myself the grace. I am human, but also I wasn't outwardly gonna say anything to her. So that's a big thing. Like we're gonna be judgy judge. I mean, Judge Judy. We're gonna be it is, but there's a point where it's like, don't be a bully. Okay. So like if in an ultra universe, say I went up to that lady and I was like, oh my God, you need to do this, that would be not okay. Like,
yeah, it would have been crossing the line if you walked up to her and said, girl, put that chicken sandwich down. I want it. Okay. You don't need it. That would have been judgy. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta add some humor to it, But have you seen that show, My 600-Pound Life?
Oh, catch this.
That's crazy.
I actually had a professor who he was the executive producer of that show.
Wow. Did he mention anything about a smell on set?
I don't remember him saying. I don't know why that made me
my
laugh.
mind goes to that place. Like, how does it smell?
It actually gets really, really, really sad. So I'm not going to share too much about it. But they dealt with a lot of stuff off air where like they had a lot of depression. A lot of these people didn't live and weren't going to live, and there was a lot there.
Okay,
that was more the realistics because he did a lot of reality TV. Mm-hmm. And I misspoke you. I think he was the assistant executive director. I'm not sure he was the. Yeah, he wasn't the official like producer. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can imagine that's a lot. I mean, I saw a few episodes and I mean, they would have to cut a wall down to get them out of the house. That's crazy. Yeah. And just imagine the judgment that happens in their neighborhood and stuff like that.
Just like people like me being kind of a jackass, I'm like, whoa. Like, again, I'm so glad I internally said that. And I feel bad for even externally using it. But I really am doing this so you guys understand that I'm human. And that I'm just like everybody else, and that I have to work through it.
Yeah,
and so it's natural to be a little bit of a Judge Judy. I cannot say my J's today, but just being mindful that you do have those judgments, and don't be a bully about it. And it is good to have that discernment and judgment, because sometimes if you're judging people and you're like, whoa, they're a jerk. I don't want to be around them, but I won't say that. Maybe they're just having a bad day. I don't know. But like having that judgment of people's character too, to protect yourself or even protect the way you're going to react. So that way you're not disrupting your peace. So like there's a balance between that judgment.
Yes. Agree.
Yeah. Cause like, especially like maybe they're, you see someone drinking a lot and then they get in the car. Okay. Well, you got to use your best judgment on how you're going to move forward too.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, I found myself being judgmental, especially when I was in my 20s. So when I was younger, being extremely judgmental. But I know my intentions, and it wasn't being judgmental to the person directly to make them feel bad. But because I have a silly personality, I would say things and poke fun at things, not realizing the effects that that can have on a person and their confidence.
I used to realize when I was real little, younger, like under 20, like under 8, like 12, I used to judge people who were judgers. So I would catch adults doing things, and I'm like, hey, like, stop. Like, you don't know what they're going through, or, oh, they're not parenting the way you think they should parent, or,
you were
they're not teaching. Yeah,
the judgment police.
Yes. So since I was judging the judgers.
You were Judge Judy. You were.
Straight up. Oh
Judge
my God.
Judge Becca.
And I still probably am a little bit, but I obviously approach it a lot differently. I'm like, you know what? You're right. Maybe they, that wasn't the greatest parenting decision. However, let's give them the grace of this. Or how can we give them the tools to maybe not make that decision again, or show them the awareness, like those kind of things.
So you were identifying bullies, in other words, right?
In a sense, yeah. And I mean, that word is tough, because it's like, even the judgments, they had discernment in a sense, like, oh, maybe they were really being not the safest or whatever. So I don't want to say it's a bully, but they went hard on them. Yeah.
I mean, that's what they were. And I know I was too. I can accept that. I was a bully, but not in a like, I'm going to beat you up at 3:00 after school is over with. It's just like, if I know you're insecure about something, I would point it out in a funny way and have everybody around you laughing.
Yeah, it's like a different way of bringing awareness to people, but not being aware of their emotions. Yeah.
Yeah. So are we going to meet outside at 3?
To eat like a McFlurry or something?
Yeah, with a large fry at McDonald's, baby. If you came over with that would have been okay.
I need McDonald's to sponsor.
I'm loving it. Can never go wrong, baby.
Oh man. So the thing is, there's magic to learning about judgment and how to navigate it. And because like, I remember when I first met King, and I was like, I don't know about this. I don't know about starting this. I don't know about being on social media like this. Like, and what it was a fear of judgment.
Oh, okay. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I kind of remember. I remember the resistance. And here's the thing: I have a very strong background in sales and marketing. So,
that's what you were doing.
Yeah, I'm a salesman. So whenever you were talking about just audio, I said no, we need to be on camera. And it
Oh, yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
just
yeah.
about YouTube or, Spotify for podcasters, which we're on Spotify for podcasters, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Podcasts.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Anywhere you get your podcast,
yeah,
we're there.
yeah, your favorite outlet. So, but like I encourage you to consider, because I
Mhm.
will never try to force anyone to see it my way, but I knew this would build your confidence and just help you with this
Oh, it sure
podcast.
did, but I was so scared, and still some days I'm like, "Oh gosh, they're gonna judge me for my hair. They're gonna judge me because this is wrinkly or this or that," and
Oh my
actually, I
God,
haven't
wow.
gotten that yet, but, like, I know it'll come in the comments, but I'm starting to at this point, like, this is where I kinda wanna talk about it too, is, like, I'm to the point where I'm like, "Do it, judge me," like, I'm so confident now, like, I'm not, like, worried about what you think, like, I know now I'm human and, yeah, maybe there will be something on
Wow.
my face one day, or maybe like, I don't know, I have a lazy eye, things happen. So, like, I'm just not even worried about it anymore versus I was before then, but now
Hmm.
I'm just so confident. We have, like, our support group that I'm like, "Okay, what matters is this opinion
Yeah.
and theirs doesn't." Like, it's
Yeah.
kinda like Leo's, metaphor about the dark is like, I now know what that judgment in the dark might entail, but I can navigate it and get through it.
I will say this, because I agree with you on that. Just like preparing yourself and knowing that not everyone is going to be a fan and excited about whatever it is you're putting out into the
Mhm.
world.
Yeah.
Some people will have negative commentary. I am so delusional that I believe everyone loves me. King Ferdinand,
I
all one
think that's my
word.
problem is me
I'm
too. So like
serious.
my feelings could get really, really hurt.
Yeah. I'm so delusional that I believe everyone will love me because I've experienced nothing but love and embrace and welcome
Mhm.
with the people who I interact with, and especially people who get to know me on a deep level.
Yeah.
They always fall in love with King Ferdinand.
Yeah.
So I always expect that when I'm navigating the world. I know that not everybody's going to understand what I'm trying to do. And then I always think about that judgment, that side of it. It's like,
Mhm.
no, I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing and not think about the judgment that could potentially be received in the future.
Yeah.
That's where anxiety kicks into play.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
100%. That's a good way of understanding like how you manage the judgment as it
yeah.
comes. Cause I know like in that professional workplace, they really judged me on my appearance and that like broke me because I was actually working on it and then to see their view of it was like, that's not gonna cut it. But in other lights, other people were like, "Oh no, like that's great." So I really had to like navigate whose view is really worthy.
Yours.
That's for sure.
Your perspective is the only one that matters. So just to add that in, and we'll continue, but it's like that is another thing that helped me. So anytime I even think for a second, oh, this person's going to think that I'm dressed too dramatic or inappropriate, or I'm wearing a hat when I shouldn't in a place that doesn't allow hats to be worn. All of these different rules. And I chose a long time ago, especially in 2019 when I started to make eye contact with King Ferdinand. I started to do things on my own terms. And I would try to silence the noise and the perspective and opinions of others. So, if I'm walking into a room with a crown on, some people might be like, "Oh my God, they're gonna
Oh,
they're gonna laugh at me." I would walk into a room with a Burger King crown on
there you
because
go.
everybody's gonna remember that.
That's true. And you know
That
what?
marketing. That's all I'm
I had to
doing.
get over judgment of my hair when I cut my hair, and it took me forever to cut it, and it was the biggest fear of people assuming I was a boy, and it happens pretty regularly. I mean, we've got comments once before on the show about a lot of people that don't know you too. And I remember one time I was like driving to a parking lot, and this was when I first got my hair cut. And someone was like, "Excuse me, sir." And I just like, I was just like, I'm not a boy. Like, I couldn't even hold it in. Like, so I was like judging them for judging me. But now I'm like, I don't care. Like, I feel like I'm beautiful. I'm confident in this haircut. I love it. I can do so much with it. Like, so now don't worry. Fine. Think I'm a boy. Go for it.
And
Whatever.
really, that's not even being, I mean, unless they were intentionally doing it. But if they responded to you in that way, that is just their perspective. If we take the
That's
camera
true.
and move it to their perspective and their position in life, the way they saw you, you looked like a male figure.
Yeah,
And that's how they responded to you. It wasn't, maybe potentially, it
it's
was not
true. It's true.
judging. It was just them voicing and expressing to you the way they saw you at the
And you know
moment.
what? That's a good perspective on judgment in general. Is like it's really just the way people are perceiving you and whether you take that as negative or not, it's kind of on you in a sense. And you never know, they could be judging you in a good way. They might think you're really dang cool.
Yeah, I love those little surprises. Like, wait, I thought this person hated me, and then this whole
Yeah.
time they admired you, and that's
Yeah.
why they didn't really approach you or talk to you very often.
I
So
know
I
when I
like that.
like go to like a restaurant by myself, I used to think people were judging me and thinking I was so lonely and that I was such a loser.
Really?
And then I realized other people were like, dude, like that is so brave and like that's so cool and confident and things like that.
Mhm.
I was like, okay, yeah. So judgment can really go either way. It's really up to you how you want to deal with it, you
Yeah.
know?
How do you process it?
Yeah. So own it. Be empowered by it if you feel judged, whether it's outwardly or they're being silent or just you just feel a vibe. Just go with it. And maybe the judgment is like a little bit of a like an awareness to yourself. Maybe you are doing something that you could change yourself, but maybe they're saying it really harshly. Be like, okay, well, you know what? Maybe I am drinking a little bit too much. And just owning that. Be like, okay, well, either I can cut down or I can not care what they say, and I can, maybe you really aren't. Maybe you're drinking once a week, and to somebody else that's too much. Or whatever. Maybe you're drinking a glass of wine a night, that kind of thing. So you have to take your own discernment. Be like, okay, maybe I should change, or maybe you know what? That's just I'm healthy. I know what I'm doing. I'm not going to worry about that. So take it for what it is. That kind of thing. Take it more as feedback is what I try to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, sometimes it might feel like judgment, but in the midst of it all, it could actually be a good piece of feedback that can help fully realize your potential.
Yeah.
Because I've received feedback in different ways, or comments on social media, or on YouTube or in person, and I'm like, are you really looking at the full
Yeah.
picture? And
Yeah.
it's I take it with a grain of salt, but then sometimes the words echo in your mind, and you're just like, wait a minute, okay, let me not make it about the person and just look at what they actually said.
Yeah.
And okay, let me take a bite of it, and then you just improve yourself over time, and maybe it applied to you later on.
Yeah, that happens to me a lot. Is it doesn't necessarily apply to me right now, but then later I'm like, oh, okay, that's what they meant to do. They weren't actually trying to judge you. My mom will not come on and be a
Why
guest.
Why not yet?
Yeah, we're gonna get you on. I swear. She's behind the scenes guest. So every subject I pretty much talked to her about. So we talked about judgment, and she mentioned one time early in her marriage, my grandmother, she told her this is probably embarrassing for my dad, but she bought a lot of underwear and gave it to my mom for him, and she was like, "What do you think? Like I can't wash his clothes." Da, da, da. And that wasn't the case. My grandmother gave it to her so that way she wouldn't have to wash as much.
Perspective.
Yes, and it took her a while to realize that. So there was so she thought she was being judged, but really she was actually judging my grandma in a sense. And really she was just trying to help out.
Did I miss a G? How do you spell juggling? Juggling?
Is that why I'm messing up? I'm just gonna judge you.
Did I mess it up? Come on, dry erase board. But no, back to that word perspective, because there's been a lot of instances where I would, argue or have a tough moment with a friend. And then later on, I'm just like, oh, this person interpreted that situation in a completely different way from the way I interpreted that. And what I did, I thought I was doing this to alleviate the situation, but I created a bigger problem. So perspective.
Yeah, perspective is it's it.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Yeah, turn the camera around to the other person and think about it from their perspective. And I believe a lot of problems can be solved. A lot of relationships can be brought back together.
Yeah, and they're probably just trying to help you out and help you from not washing a bunch of underwear.
Yeah. Have a conversation before you go and buy panties for somebody's husband, no matter who it is, okay? Or wife. Don't go to Victoria's Secret and buy panties for somebody's wife without talking just to talk with them, okay? I'm just giving you a word of advice.
Oh, man. Do you have anything else to say about judgment?
Well, let's talk about the benefits, right? The magic that
Yeah, a little bit
happens.
more. Okay.
Yeah. So, like, I always think, the mental health aspect is connected in the psychology part of
Oh
it,
yes.
right? Your
Yeah.
mental toughness that
Oh, big
you
time.
you get so tough, and when you navigate the world, you get better at your job, you get better in
Yes.
conversations, you get better at just everything in life. And the judgment that you receive when you walk into the gym if you're
Mhm.
not in shape, how do you feel when you're looking at all these people that are in
Mhm.
great shape and six-pack abs and broad
Oh, I didn't
shoulders?
even think about this.
That's why I'm here talking, just to talk with you, Becca.
Viral.
But that's the kind of stuff I think about when you bring up these great topics,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because it's so good because I remember like being young and being kind of like I've always been a tomboy. And so I've always wore like sports clothes here and there, done that. I've always been kind of in between with my feminism and like fem side rather. And I remember just being younger and like just being so insecure because people are like, oh, you should go in the boys' bathroom or this or that. Or then like now as I get older, they want to cut my hair. It's like dealing with that. Oh, you're a man or whatever. But now I'm like, I don't care. Like
Yeah.
I love how I dress. Some days I have more of, the feminine personality. Like I'm gonna go buy stick on nails here pretty soon. Like those kind of things. And it's like, but other days, yeah, I look like a straight dude and I like it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just think that people should keep their opinions to themselves. That's really what it
Yeah,
boils down
truly.
to.
But I'm learning people just
It's impossible,
yeah,
but just
yeah,
mind your own business,
that filter
okay?
isn't there.
Mind your own business. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
going to share my perspective or opinion about your life decisions, how you
Mhm.
present yourself to the world.
Yep.
I'm not going to share it unless it's something
Mhm.
positive.
And if you're a kid listening to that and you're in school right now, just keep that in mind because I think that's where I met like a lot of people. That's where it starts. Is
Yeah.
they're like, oh, I'm gonna make fun, kind of like you said earlier. I'm gonna make fun. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I just something that's my perspective. I was taught, you're not supposed to look like that or do that or
Right.
say that or
Right.
be like that. So and we just want to be the hero. So to the
Mhm.
kids out there, you might mind your P's and Q's.
Mind your own business. And even when you see people engaging in conversation and sharing perspective and
Mhm.
judging or gossiping on the side about another person, I recommend you mind your own business even
Yeah.
in that situation.
And like I said, we get it. We're all going to judge. I judged internally this week about somebody's weight, but I didn't say anything. So like, there's limits there. Like it's okay to have the perspective, but how you react and respond, that's really where it's at.
Yeah. And because you were aware that you were being judgmental in that moment and then you put yourself in check,
Yes.
that is something on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
That is that awakening to self and being aware of your
Hmm.
thoughts and not allowing it to go any further. So that's a really good place
And
to
also
be.
being mindful of my facial expression too. Like, was I looking at her a little bit too much? And I kind of noticed, and I was like, "Oop, okay, moving on."
Were you looking at her sandwich?
She didn't.
Why do you find it so funny? A chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A with cheese. The deluxe, the chicken sandwich deluxe. That's the number one with a large sweet tea and the waffle fries.
Well, I'm glad I have this
I
recorded
definitely
so we
want
can
that.
show. You're hungry, aren't you?
I said I wanted a piece of chicken after Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Yeah, you need some Chick-fil-A.
But that's all. I just wanted to add
Oh,
that because there is, a level of self development and growth that can happen when you realize people are being judgmental based off of their perspective, their upbringing, their life
yes.
experience. And so if they're
Yeah.
judging someone for whatever reason, it's because someone else judged someone else like that and they saw
Yeah.
that that was okay, right? And if they're picking up those behaviors,
Ooh,
so you can choose not to pick up those behaviors and you
yeah.
can choose something else that's healthier for you.
You know what? I realized something else, like judging people from where they currently are in life. So
Yeah.
maybe they're homeless right now. Maybe they don't have as much money. Maybe they're having to ask a lot of help on social media.
Yeah.
And I know sometimes that can be annoying. And okay, maybe you do need to block them for a minute or whatever. Keep your mouth shut or whatever. Just be
Mhm.
mindful, of those judgments and where people are. Maybe they did drop out of school and you were raised that was not the right thing to do and that's yada yada. Like just know that everyone is just on their own path and doing their own thing, and you never know what's right for you is not necessarily right for them.
Yeah. I'll tell you this, another one. This is so relevant to right now. Before I became a content creator, before I started my podcast, Talking Just to Talk with King Ferdinand, and all of this stuff started to happen, I used to judge YouTubers and content creators because they would always remind you to hit the like and subscribe button, click the link below.
So annoying.
Right? It was so annoying. And like,
Here we are.
watch the video until the end because we're going to reveal something spectacular. Right? I hated that because I'm just like, I already know it's a carrot on the string to get you to watch the full video. Because full disclosure, for YouTubers, content creators like us, if you watch the video all the way through to the end, there's algorithms measuring all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are supporting us, right, our ecosystem, our team and people, fans, friends, and followers, we're asking you hit that like and subscribe button on any platform that we are exposing content and sharing for the Best of Becca and for Talking Just to Talk, because there's AI measuring engagement.
Yes.
And if you've watched all the way through, they'll start recommending it to other people
and
naturally.
It's not us trying to be like famous or anything like that. It's all about just getting exposure and reaching more people, so that way, you know, it's not just our friends and family, it's everybody else in the world that might need this information, might help them out in their daily lives. So that's really where it's at. So if you like this stuff, please like, comment, share. You know, we love the text message, but I really want to see that on social media, on Spotify, that kind of thing, on the Instagram page. So yeah,
I've started to not respond inbox, and I would tag the person in the video that I posted, because and I learned something at the TikTok Tastemakers on the 23rd of August when I went. They said the algorithms measures if you heart it or like the video, and if the person comments with 5 words or more. So
that's
a fire emoji, winky face, that's not considered engagement. So I encourage people who really enjoy the content that we spend time to make and create. If you really enjoy it, engage and leave some positive feedback, or give us some feedback that can help us grow in the comments, in the videos.
If maybe there's a topic that you want to see or hear or talk about, maybe there's a problem that you're going through that you're trying to navigate, and you want some advice.
Yes.
Like, we're here for you guys. We're your friends. But we do need that help to reach other people as well.
Yeah, we're building a community here. Yeah. That's what it is.
But it's such a good conversation around juggling judgment and how to manage it, and how and when we're Judge Judy's or when other people are Judge Judy's. And lastly, the magic of judgment and how we can really come out from the dark from that, for sure.
And grow as human beings. Yes. So yeah, thanks again for tuning in. And it was a great conversation, Becca.
Almost forgot. So you'll see this one next Thursday, but in the next one, it'll be a little bit different. It'll be our experience at Vit Summit. So stay tuned for all that we're going to share there. But again, thank you so much. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and leave 5 stars.
And scene. How was that?
That was good.
Yeah.
That was a tough topic for sure.
Really? I think that was one of the best episodes that we've ever recorded together.
I think last week was.